Welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. In today's video, we're going to be doing a Valentine's Day set. This is a freestyle Coquette Valentine's Day press-on nail set that I did, so please keep watching to see how I did it step by step. Got my press-on nails pretty much prepped and shaped here. We're going to do a medium almond set. I have other videos that go into more depth about how I shape and size my press-ons and prep them and all of that. But for today, we're just going to go straight to the nail art. This is my first YouTube video since my brand has launched and we're kind of really settling in and getting into the swing of things. So we're going to be using all of our products today, which is really exciting. We're going to be using Winter's Veil, which is a pearlescent white. Here's how it looks just applied kind of regularly on a press-on nail. So it's very buildable. I think having a pearlescent white is definitely an essential in your nail art kit because you can mix it with so many colors or you can use it on its own. You can also use like a dotting tool to create more of like a marble effect. The next color we're going to use is Aurora Petal. This is a really stunning pinkish purple shade. It has a pink base, but then it has kind of a liquid chrome finish that shifts to like light purple, really bright hues. As you can see here, it has a really high shine. Also, my website and everything will be linked in the description, and I'll have a discount code that you can use if you want to save 10%. We ship worldwide, and if you spend more than $100, you do get free shipping, and we have a bunch of other gel polishes, polygels, and brushes that you can shop as well. So our first base color is going to be a mixture of the Aurora Petal and Winter's Veil, so I'm just mixing that directly into there, and it creates a really nice, soft, kind of baby pink with a pearlescent finish. Here's how it looks under the flash. So you can mix really any of our gel polishes and create a variety of additional shades. Here's a sneak peek of our upcoming Valentine's Day collection. This is our new art gel brush. I haven't shared any of these sneak peeks on any other platform, so you guys are the first to see it. YouTube and our community here is really special to me, so this is probably the only place that I'm gonna show more of these teasers, but this is basically a gel brush that pairs with our upcoming products, which I will share a little bit more of today, but it can be used to apply like gel polishes, gel paints, or like when you make custom mixtures. It has kind of a tapered edge and kind of like a squarish shape, but then the top is rounded, so it's easy to apply in the cuticle area if you're like working on a client or on yourself, but it's also great for press-on nails. So yeah, that's going to be one of our upcoming brushes that's releasing very soon with our Valentine's Day collection. The collection is not explicitly Valentine's Day, but it's definitely in line with the theme, but it's definitely going to be able to be used beyond February for sure. So here's a comparison of just Aurora Petal, Winter's Veil, and then the mixture of the two. So again, very versatile gels, and we're going to be using the mixture as one of our bases for the press-on nail set for the thumb and the pinky. So we're just going to go ahead and polish the pinky with that same color as well. We are doing a full press-on nail set with like 10 nails, but I'm just going to show everything for like the one hand and then you'll repeat it for the other hand. And here's another base color we're going to be using. This is actually a product from our upcoming collection, so I'm not going to reveal the full name and everything, and this is not the final packaging it comes in, but you can see like this is what the color will look like and this is the consistency. So it's a much thicker consistency than our gel polishes. It has kind of like a creamy, almost fluffy consistency. And the shimmer on this is absolutely stunning. So I think when I reveal the name, it'll make a lot of sense. So I'm just gonna like apply that with our art gel brush. And then because it is thicker, if you wanted to flip the nail upside down to just help it self-level, you can do that. And even just one coat of that is a pretty full coverage, especially like this color is kind of more of a translucent milky white color. But we're just gonna go ahead and polish that on the middle finger for both hands. We're excited to release the other colors and share the full theme and everything. And then the next color we're going to be using as our base is Plum Elixir. This is from our most recent and our first launch. This is a really deep plum color with a very high shimmer. It's like almost like a pink shimmer. It's a little hard to see without the flash, but it kind of shows better here on the palette. And we're going to mix that with Winter's Veil to create a kind of softer purplish pearlescent color that we're going to use as a base as well. So for this set, I really wanted to do like soft pinks and purples and like a variety of shimmers. So this color was really nice as one of our other bases. So we're just going to go ahead and polish that on the ring finger and the pointer finger. And even mixed together, the consistency was super easy to polish, and it's kind of up to you if you want to leave it more sheer or you want it to be more opaque. You can do a second layer. And I can't remember if I said this earlier, but this is my first YouTube video in 2 months. This is the longest break I've ever taken from YouTube, but I was really like focusing on the business side of things and making sure everything was going well with that, and everything's going really well. So I'm super thankful for everyone that's been showing us support, and we have such a great team. I also ended up with a new rescue dog, a 2-month-old German Shepherd Belgian Malinois puppy. So he's been quite the transition as well, but everything's going really well with that, and he's kind of getting more settled, and we're more settled into our routine. So lots of changes, but a lot of new exciting stuff. And because he's so young, and just given his breed, you know, Belgian Malinois, German Shepherds are such a high energy, high drive breed. And, you know, unfortunately, he comes from a background where he was abandoned, and he's been in a lot of shelters and homes. So just wanted to make sure, like, I was spending extra time making sure that he's set up for success in the future as an adult with his training and just his structure and routine as well. To our nail set, so we're gonna get into the nail art. A white liner gel or a white gel polish, whatever you'd like. And I just have a dish of isopropyl alcohol to clean up any mistakes and clean off my brush in between changing colors. And we're gonna load up our brush, and we're gonna do like a double lace French tip design. So not too complicated. I don't think any of the nail art in this nail set is too complex. I think it's definitely beginner friendly if you kind of just follow it step by step. So we're just gonna lay down the smile lines with a 12mm brush, and then I'm gonna take a 9mm brush and just start drawing these kind of elongated circles. So for these, definitely giving them more of kind of elongated, kind of irregular shape is going to give it more of that kind of lace effect versus making them like perfect circles. So that's kind of what I'm doing here, just kind of doing different, you know, kind of shapes and sizes, but generally kind of keeping just that elongated shape, if that makes sense. And then we're going to repeat it on the smile line that's closer to the free edge, and that's kind of it for the double French tip lace design. So we're gonna go ahead and top coat that. And I would recommend using a gel paint if you can, or just like a thicker gel polish. It'll make it easier to kind of get like a more precise smile line, and a little bit easier to draw the different circles as well. Our next design is gonna be a chrome bow. So any sort of kind of chrome painting gel, gel paint, gel polish that you have will work great. So we're gonna draw an X to start with that kind of is a little bit more, what's the word? Horizontally oriented, like wider, if that makes sense. And then we're just gonna go ahead and basically draw the 2 circles for the bow. Once you lay down the X, it makes it really simple. And that was just kind of a reference from the other hand to follow. And then we're just gonna draw 2 very flowy lines. And then if you wanted to make it thicker, you can. And that's actually probably a very simple design that you can do for any Valentine's Day set with any color. It's just kind of like a cute, simple bow. You just want to make sure that the 2, I guess, strings of the bows kind of mirror each other or somewhat kind of similar, and kind of generally following the same shape. Next design, I don't even know what you would call this design, but I don't know. It kind of looks like a chain or like falling stars. I don't even know how to describe it, but it'll kind of make sense once I show it. So you're gonna draw 2 lines kind of parallel to each other, and then we're gonna load up a dotting tool. This was me just kind of showing like the best way to load up a dotting tool to kind of get like even coverage, just kind of like go straight up. I found like if you like kind of tilt it, sometimes it comes out uneven. So we're gonna use a larger dotting tool to draw those 3 dots, kind of staggered that way, and then we're gonna use the smaller dotting tool to just fill it in with circles in between all of that. And then we're gonna use the larger dotting tool to draw these kind of vertical lines going down from the second line and filling it in with smaller circles. And then once we connect it with a liner brush, I didn't cure everything at this point. Everything was uncured. Once you run your liner brush through it, it'll create like a really nice, like seamless connection. So I don't know what you would call this design, but I've seen a few people do it. So that's what we're gonna be doing for this one. And then you can just cure it and top coat it. Next, we're going to be drawing some roses. This was my favorite part of the set, so I'm starting with Rose Solstice. This is from our most recent launch. It's kind of a dusty rose, but very pigmented. And then Frozen Meadows. This is also from our most recent launch. This is a shimmery green with kind of a velvet finish. This is another color that's coming out in our next collection, one of our art gels. It's a solid color, which we haven't done a ton of those, but I'm really excited for this one because the consistency of it is really gonna be great for like fine line details and just like more precise nail art. It's also just like very pigmented and one coat coverage, so you can also use it as a base. And this is the design we're going for. So the base is that shimmery kind of milky white with kind of the liquid chrome finish. And then we're gonna load up our brush with that pink. This is just kind of what it should look like. You don't need a ton of product, a little bit goes a long way. I start off by drawing kind of two irregular, almost like abstract flower outlines, but it's really just kind of a blob, to be honest with you, but it's generally a circular shape. Really with these roses, the key is just kind of layering the colors and then adding in highlight and kind of more shadow and depth in certain places. So we're just gonna go ahead and start with these two blobs. And as you can see, one coat was more than enough. Now taking a smaller brush and just a white gel polish, I'm gonna start drawing in kind of the center of the rose and then kind of the general shape of the petals, but again, very abstract because at this point we're just layering in colors. And then we're just gonna start blending that out a little bit. If you feel like it's too, like you need it to kind of be a little bit more subtle, you can add in some top coat. That'll kind of help it blend out a little bit more. Now we're gonna use Rose Solstice to really kind of start defining the center of the rose and then drawing in some of those layers around that represent like the different petals of the rose. But again, it's still pretty abstract. And then just to start adding in some additional colors, we're gonna start mixing in some of these colors we've already used with some top coat just to dilute it a little bit, makes it a little bit more transparent and easier to blend so we're not entirely covering up everything we've done. So I'm just kind of just using a stippling motion here, extending that outline a little bit, kind of layering it on top of some of the colors we've already laid down. And I have cured everything at this point, so we're not entirely blending everything together because we still want to keep some of that definition that we've added in. And now I'm going to add in some more Rose Solstice to that mixture so we kind of have a darker version of that we can start again, just where those layers would be, like where the petals are. It just starts to add in a little bit more of that shadow and just kind of definition. And then you can go ahead and take Rose Solstice at the very end, redefine those petals, add in those lines again, and then you can also go ahead and add in some white at the end if you want to add in some more highlight. So again, I know I've already said it like a million times, but I would not overthink this. It will kind of all come together at the end once you've added in the leaves and everything. But the key is really just having kind of a range of colors to layer. Now we're just gonna take a plain green and start laying down the outline of the leaf. And we're gonna add in that Frozen Meadow shade now, and you can see just a little bit added a really nice pop of color. So same thing here, just gonna draw it in with that plain green color and then add in that Frozen Meadow shade. I'm just kind of adding it right on top. I haven't cured anything, so it just kind of blends all together. Then I went ahead and cured, and now I'm taking the smallest amount of white and just stippling that on top, blending that in, just again to add in some more detail and dimension. And then I went ahead and cured everything, and then I top coated it, and this was the final result. This is a really great design for Valentine's Day. I think it's like a great accent nail, or just kind of like, even if it's the main part of your design, I think it fits perfectly in with the Valentine's Day theme. For the pinky, we're gonna draw in some clouds. There's a lot of the colors that we've already laid down here. Clouds are actually super easy if you just use a dotting tool and take some white gel polish and just start kind of drawing the kind of outline of the cloud. Leave everything uncured and then just take your brush with a little bit of extra gel polish on it and just use that kind of stippling motion again and blend it all out, and you will create a really nice cloud design that way. I always love adding in clouds to any set because it's super easy. It's simple to just do with a dotting tool, and you can add in some additional colors on top of that if you wanted to add in some more detail, which we're gonna go ahead and do. And again, kind of the same thing with the roses. Don't worry about this being like perfect. We're just kind of doing a simple design, and clouds never look perfect anyways. So unless you're really going for kind of like a cartoonish style, which we're not really doing here. So I really love how these clouds turned out, and we're gonna go ahead and add in some of that pink mixture on top once we've cured everything, just to add in some more detail and make it look a little bit more interesting. And I think it paired really nicely with the base color that we've laid down with the Aurora Petal and Winter's Veil mixture. You can take kind of a blending brush and kind of also blend it out that way as well. And when it comes to adding in colors like this, I usually try to build it up gradually versus adding in a bunch, because it's always easier to add more than try to remove. So here towards the end, I was like, I'm actually gonna go ahead and add in quite a bit more, but I just wanted to make sure that that white base wasn't completely covered. And then we're just adding in some dots just with the white gel polish, and then adding a little bit of that pink mixture on top. And then cure everything and top coat and you're done. I really like this design. I feel like it'd be really cute for a baby shower or something. I know that's like a really random thought, but it's just giving like, I don't know, baby shower for some reason. But still goes really well with this Valentine's Day set. So here is the full result, and I really love how these turned out. Not too complicated, got a lot of different colors and details going on, so I had a lot of fun doing this. And I'm gonna have more Valentine's Day tutorials coming out soon, and stay tuned for our collection as well. Thank you for watching.